But it's the same case here, and we're going to open one of these up because honestly, I think these are great. I think these intro decks are awesome. So, let's open up the black one. Let's open up the black tie deck and we'll see exactly what's in here. Now, the really cool thing about these as well is you get the full 54 card deck. Okay, so you get your 50 card deck plus the 4 baby Digimon, but you also get a booster pack. So, we haven't talked about the price yet, but anyone who has bought one of these before knows that they are very, very affordable. These are only £10 each, and when you see what you get in here for £10, right, you will be ruin the day that you underestimated these Digimon intro decks, right? So, let's open it up and have a little look at what's going on in one of these intro decks. So, like I'm saying, straight away you get, come on camera, focus. Okay, you get your 54 card deck. So, what your 54 cards are made up of is, you get your 4 Digitamas, okay, different backs, and then you get your 50 card deck, okay. But you also get a booster pack, okay. So these booster packs cost £4 each. These are the new BT4 booster packs, so you are getting the freshest booster experience. These are £4 each. So if you think about, if you were going to buy a booster pack anyway, that means that this entire deck only ends up costing you £6, which is insane. Insane value. So let's have a little look at the deck, okay? So first up we've got Kapurimon. So on your turn, if the Digimon has blocker, it gets plus 1000. So this tells me straight away that this is going to be a black deck that cares all about the blocking mechanic. And before Omnimon Ultra Rest in the pack. Well, it can't be Omnimon Ultra Rest, it's a BT4, but let's hope we get lucky with our pack. So this is really cool. A 2-cost rookie. Now, it does cost 1 to Digivolve. Most time rookies are free, but the fact this costs 2, this is telling me you don't want to Digivolve it. This is for a rookie rush strategy. This is awesome. This is what Black needed, a 2-cost rookie. It's got 4,000 power as well for 2 cost. That's great. So then we've got Agumon. So this is a rookie blocker. So now Black has 2 rookie blockers. It's got the Gotsumon and the Agumon. So again, this is the only place to get these Agumons. So if you are wanting one of these intro decks, if you're wanting to play Black, you kind of need to pick one of these up. But you get all 4 in here, so you're not short. Toy Agumon, if your opponent didn't attack this turn, draw a card. So this is like a Punisher card. This basically tells your opponent you have to attack. And if you're playing blockers, that's awesome. I think this is going to be a staple. I think both of these 2 rookies are going to be great in their stock Black decks. And then that 2-cost rookie, that's going to be like a really good rookie rush card. Now, I love this move. The first set of intro decks only had 12 rookies and it felt a bit awkward. They've obviously listened to the fans. Now these decks come with 16 rookies, which is exactly where you want to be. Maybe a wee bit much, but that means you're going to always get to play with these cards, which are great, right? Commandramon, so it's a 5,000 power rookie, which is awesome. Does cost 4, but just Digivolve for 0. This card's okay. I can imagine this card seeing play, but I can equally see it not. I think that all the other rookies are a little bit better than it, though. Then we've got Greymon. So if your opponent didn't attack this turn, draw 1. So this is a theme going on in these sets. Now, this Toy Agumon has that effect, and this Greymon has this effect. So if you stack both of these up, when your opponent doesn't attack you, you draw 2 cards. That's really good. And you'll see that in the other sets. If you open up a purple one, the Garurumon and the Gabumon into that the exact same way. They've got a different effect, but the champions and the rookies have the same ability, so it lets them stack super well. You've got Jazzardmon. So again, just a reasonably costed 6,000. Nothing to write home about. Dark Tyrannomon. Now look at this. This is a 1-cost Digivolution blocker. So it's got the blocker rules of losing memory when it attacks, but it only costs 1. The current blockers cost 2. So this is a big step up. This is really important, grabbing a 1-cost blocker. This card is going to see play in every Black deck. Okay, they've been cheeky. You only get 2. So if you want your full playset of these, you need to buy both. But we're kind of used to that. The really good cards you only get 2 of, so a lot of the time competitive players will need to buy 2 copies of some of these intro decks. The red one was an example. You had to buy 2 red decks to get your Gaia Forces. Metal Greymon, when Digivolving, the Digimon gains, until your next turn, this Digimon gains blocker. So this guy, you can Digivolve it straight away and it's a big blocker. So it stops your opponent attacking. So imagine if you build up and you've got the Toy Agumon and the Greymon, then this. Now this guy says, if you attack, I'm going to block you. If you don't attack, I draw 2 cards. Awesome combos built in there. Metal Tyrannomon. Now I just want this because I play a Tyrannomon deck, so more cards with Tyrannomon in the name are just exciting to me. Mega Dramon, so there's our first rare out of here, and it's got inherited ability Blocker. So if you Digivolve out of this, whatever you Digivolve out of this has Blocker. So this is great. Black's finally getting its Blockers Matters cards, because it was really struggling for a while, so I'm glad. I think there's going to be a lot of good Black decks coming out of this. That super rare from the last set, the one that cares, it's like Blocker Tribal, he's going to have a field day. When Digivolving, reboot up to 2 of your cards. This is awesome. So when this Digivolves into Metal Greymon, you get to untap both of your... You get to untap your blockers, so you can attack with your blockers and untap them when you Digivolve into Machine Dramon's awesome. We've got Blitz Greymon, here he's here. So security attack +1, we love to see it. And then it's got Digiburst 2. You can give it plus 4,000 to end a turn. So when you Digivolve this thing, it can come in as a 16,000, not dying to any security, knocking off 2 security in the process. Absolutely love it. So there's your Blitz Greymons. Then we've got Tai Kamiyas. When you use Blocker to suspend one of your Digimon, you may unsuspend this. You may suspend this Tamer to unsuspend one. You're like, oh, okay. So this lets your blockers block twice in a turn, essentially. That's awesome. Great card for the Blocker Tribal. Will pair up nicely with Joe. Laser Eyes, de-Digivolve 1 on up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon. That's insane. Oh my god. So now you just put big fat blockers into play. Oh, this is great. This is great. I can't wait to start brewing up a black deck. This is awesome. Dark Side Attack. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon that costs 7 or less. So this is just 5 damage, 5 mana, destroy something kind of champion or less. That's good. Black needed something like that. And then you've got your rule cards and your tracker. So that's pretty good. I like everything. I like the fact there's 16 rookies in intro decks. That's going to make a big difference for those kind of intro games. Meriborn, a fellow Tyranno player. Oh man, Tyrannomon's great. The tamer that gives your Tyrannomon's piercing. Chef's kiss. So yeah, and we also, like I said, we get our 1 booster pack. So let's see what our 1 booster pack yields here. Okay, so Blimpmon, so okay, pretty decently started black, that could go straight into that deck. Sangomon, Vermiliamon, Pedomon, not sure about the name there, Pedomon, but there's Pedomon, a big yellow blocker, so that's the 1-cost yellow blocker. Because yellow's not getting an intro deck, this is your cheap yellow blocker. Then we've got a common here, trash the bottom Digivolution and draw 1 card, so that's good. So when it Digivolves, you get to draw a card and weaken your opponent's Digimon. Cyclonic Kick, unsuspend one of your Digimon to suspend one of your opponents, so that can be a really big tempo swing. Divimon, Digiburst, delete one of your opponent's level 3, so when you Digivolve this, you can just wipe out one of your opponent's rookies, really mess up your opponent's development. Sakutomon, this is the red one that everyone's talking about, this could be the next best red baby Digimon. Bakumon, whatever. What we've got, Sunarazimon, when this Digimon is trashed due to activating Digiburst, return it. Oh, here, okay. This is big. So when we start getting these Digiburst decks going, this basically draws you a card, because instead of it going to the trash, it comes back to your hand if you Digiburst it. Awesome. Then we've got Yoshino, return 1 Digi-Egg card from your trash to the bottom of your Digi-Egg deck. That is big. That just lets you go super long. So that's the first rare. So the nice thing about these Digimon packs is you get 2 rares in every pack. So our second rare is going to be, it's just a basic rare, no super rare, no secret rare, but we get Marine Cherrymon. You may return 1 of your other Digimon to its owner's hand to return 1 of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolutions to its owner's hand. Okay, so bounce one of your own things, bounce one of their things on play. Okay, nice little tempo swing if you're bouncing a rookie and bouncing one of your opponent's big boys. So yeah, you get all of that for a tenner. That's a lot of dopamine for a tenner there. And again, like I said, these intro decks are actually really good. Like, they play pretty well straight out the box, and I actually think these ones look a little bit more competitive than the old ones because they give you so many rookies. Great product. Great product.